Moving to Las Cruces, what you need to know in your first 30 days. These are the exact questions I get asked as a realtor all the time. I have a lot of people relocating to Las Cruces, and so I figured, why not share this information with the world instead of gatekeeping just for my clients? So here's what you're gonna find out in this video. We're gonna talk about the different utility companies, different grocery stores, gyms that you should go to, safety tips, all the things. I'm gonna break it down today in this video and give you insider details for what you need to know. Make sure you hit like and subscribe and touch that little bell so you are notified every single time I post a new video. Stick around to the end because I have a free Las Cruces guide that has all the best shopping, food, restaurants, hiking, all my favorites and all the locals' favorites. I'll tell you how to get it at the very end.
Yeah, it's Kacie in the LC. Keys to the dream, come and ride with me. Homes, views, life where you wanna be. Las Cruces, living Kacie in the LC. Kacie in the LC. Kacie in the LC. Yeah. Kacie in the LC. Yeah. Kacie in the LC. Las Cruces.
First things first, setting up your home base. Everybody wants to know who's the internet provider, who should they use? Well, number one internet provider here in Las Cruces is Xfinity. I would say like 99% of homes use Xfinity here in Las Cruces. There are some outskirt places that doesn't have Xfinity, and those places might use Quantum Fiber, Earthlink. The more rural folks might use Starlink or T-Mobile or their own internet or a cell phone provider like Verizon Internet, things like that. And if you are moving here and internet is essential for your job or your living, I would make sure to contact them like a week or two in advance because occasionally they do take up to 2 weeks to actually get you on the schedule to set up the internet in your home or apartment, wherever you're gonna live. So look into it ahead of time. And if you're not sure if you have the address of where you're moving to, you can call your internet provider or Xfinity or whoever you plan on using to see if they service that area. If they don't, you may want to consider removing, find somewhere else to move, or look into different internet providers. But number one here is Xfinity. Let's talk about utility companies. So we don't have a ton of different utility companies per se, but I'm gonna break it down. Electricity, every single person in Las Cruces and the surrounding area actually uses El Paso Electric. It is like a monopoly for the area, all of Las Cruces and all of El Paso and the surrounding areas. We all have El Paso Electric. There is no other electric company. Solar is a completely different topic. I do not encourage getting solar here in Las Cruces, but I talk about that on other videos and I'm not gonna talk about that on this one. But again, if you get solar, please talk to me. Or if you're considering getting solar, talk to me first. Give me a call and I will explain to you in detail of why I don't think solar is a good idea here in Las Cruces. Let's talk about the other utilities. We have the city of Las Cruces. The city of Las Cruces actually has the gas, the water, and the trash and sewer pickup for most of Las Cruces. So the town is expanding to the northeast. And a lot of the Northeast used to be kind of rural area and it is not anymore. It is all part of Las Cruces. So some of the northeast side of town might be serviced by different water companies. We have several different community water associations. And so it depends on where you live. Moongate Water, there is Doñana Water, and both of those service different areas, outskirt areas of Las Cruces. It just really depends on where you live. Again, best case is to figure out where you're moving to, what the address is, call the city of Las Cruces and see what utilities they provide for your house. They're gonna provide something. It just depends on what. It could be water, it could be gas, it could just be trash pickup. It really just depends. Like here where I live, they service the gas and that's it. I have to have a different trash company because I live in the county, and so I have to have Southwest Disposal come and pick up my trash, and then I have Moongate Water for my water. But it really all just depends. Overall, most of the city is going to be covered. Their water, gas, trash, and sewer is going to be covered by the city of Las Cruces utilities, but double check before you move in, because I would hate for you to move in somewhere and the water is actually Moongate water and then your water gets turned off because you never actually turned it on. That has happened to one of our tenants. Even though we said that the water was Moongate water, they didn't listen and never actually hooked up the water. And then, we turned it off in our name and they didn't have water. So please note that it is very important. Also, with the city of Las Cruces has the Grappler. And I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's like Toy Story, the claw. And there's this big truck that comes in and like picks up the trash and puts it in this big truck and then like smashes it right there and then in front of your house. It's pretty cool. When you're moving here, say if something gets destroyed or you no longer want that couch and you're like in with the new, out with the old, let me go and throw my couch in the middle of the desert somewhere, which I see all the time and is absolutely disgusting. Please do not do that. We have a Grappler. It comes to your area, to your street once a month. You can go on the Grappler calendar and actually see when the Grappler comes to pick up your stuff. You could just put your couch on the curb on Grappler day. The Grappler will come and get it. Any big items, it will come and get. It's not gonna pick up like bags of trash. Please do not put that on there. But like big furniture, dressers you don't want, mattresses, box springs, whatever, you can put that on the curb and the Grappler will come and pick it up for you and dispose of it for free, once a month service. So please use that instead of throwing it in our beautiful desert. Because when I go on walks, I don't want to see your old used mattress. That is just disgusting and it's rude to the environment and to all people that live here. Just use the Grappler service. Oh, they do not accept landscaping debris. That is totally different. So do not put your landscaping because it will end up still on the curb. They will not Grappler that up with the claw. That stays there. Let's talk about mail. So most areas and communities that are 15 years old or newer have community mailboxes. These community mailboxes are put around your neighborhood. It really just depends on where you live. In order to get a key for your community mailbox, you have to come up with the settlement statement if you purchased a house, the settlement statement that has your name and the address saying that you did purchase this home and mail can be shipped to you, or a lease agreement saying that you are now the new tenant in this house and they will put the mail in your name. Anytime an address gets changed or somebody new moves in, you have to go to the post office and turn this paper in. From my understanding, it cannot be done online. You go in, you give them the information, and they will re-register it in your name. They will come out and rekey the box as well. It takes about 7 days. In the meantime, they can hold your mail at the post office and you can go and pick it up in person whenever you want, daily if you want. But it will take up to 7 days. If it is a brand new construction home in a brand new community, it could take up to 20 days. Ours was a brand new community. It seriously took about 20 days and we just had to keep going to the post office to pick up our mail. So we just held it there and picked it up a couple days a week. I will give you a pro tip. The main post office is fast, it's friendly. I've never stood in a line there. It is like a good experience to go to. There's so much growth on the northeast side of town. The closest post office to the northeast side of town is the Commerce location across the street from Sam's. That is a nightmare to go to. The people are not friendly. I don't know why. I don't know who pissed in their Cheerios, but they're just not friendly there and I don't understand why. But the people at the main location are so friendly. I would highly encourage you to go to the main location if you need mail. Groceries. Okay, so there is not a lot of grocery options. I have discovered living here, I guess you don't realize it, but when you have people come in and say like, hey, do you have this? Do you have this? Do you have this? No, we don't. Most of us shop at Walmart. If you hate Walmart, I'm so sorry. That's where most of us shop. We also shop at Sam's Club because we do not have a Costco. You can go to El Paso, which is about a 45-minute drive to go to the Costco, but we do not have Costco. So Walmart and Sam's Club are our main places. We also have some health food stores. We have Sprouts and Natural Grocers. So if you're looking for that fix and like the holistic, more granola stuff, we do have those. We also have Albertsons and a couple local grocers. So you have some different places. We also have some meat markets here throughout town, sprinkled throughout town. But just know, like, we don't have HEB. We don't have, I don't even know different things because we don't have them. We're stuck with Walmart and Albertsons. But pro tip, if you drive your happy butts down to Alamogordo or up to Alamogordo, over to Alamogordo, they have a grocery store called Loews, and it is probably the coolest, most magnificent grocery store I have ever experienced. They have a full bar that has bands playing on the weekends. Like, you can go and enjoy some drinks, enjoy some cocktails, listen to the band. It's so much fun. I mean, I'm not a huge drinker, but the alcohol section is the coolest alcohol section I have ever seen in a grocery store. They have alcohol from all over the world. There is this one cider that I used to love getting when I lived in England, and I can't find it anywhere but the Lowe's grocery store in Alamogordo. They also have a tortilla factory inside the grocery store. So if you go, you can watch them make fresh tortillas. And as a kid, like, I would always bring my kid there. And as a kid, you can, like, I mean, I'm sure they give them to adults, but the kiddos can say, like, hey, can I have a fresh tortilla? And they will literally take it off the conveyor belt and hand your kiddo a fresh, warm tortilla. They'll probably do it as an adult as well. There's nothing better. So if you want some good tortillas, go down to the Lowe's grocery store in Alamogordo and pick yourself up some tortillas, go over to the bar, enjoy, hang out. If you have to go as a couple and one person is like a bugaboo and you're like, just go sit at the bar, I'm gonna go and shop, that works too. They also have like fresh grocery and you can get food, and I don't know, the experience is awesome. So if you want something cool like that, you can go to Lowe's Signature Market in Alamogordo for that experience. So if you're military and move into Holloman Air Force Base, you have something to look forward to. Lowe's grocery store, you're welcome. Also, a lot of locals, we buy livestock and fill our fridges with the meat. Not everybody buys meat at the grocery store. Like, we just ordered a half a slab of cow. We say, these are the cuts that we want. This is the meat we want. We have a freezer, and then we fill it. We also get animals at the local fair. And so every year, all of the J kids, FFA is Future Farmers of America kids, they have their livestock shows and they sell their animals afterwards. And you can, like, buy the cow or buy the pig or whatever, and it helps the kiddos out, which is cool. And then it goes to slaughter, and then you can say, like, hey, I want this ribs, I want this meat. It's really cool. It's beneficial for the kids. And you can stock your freezer full of delicious, hormone-free, typically, meat. It's awesome. So I highly encourage you to do that as well. That's what a lot of us locals do. And then, of course, lots of people go hunting as well and stock their refrigerator with elk or whatever they're hunting. Public transportation is not great here. I'm so sorry. We just don't have a lot of it. But we do have the Roadrunner Transit. It runs 9 hours a day, Monday through Saturday. Sundays, they are closed. So you got to do all your shopping before that, or get an Uber, I guess. I'm not sure. We also have some regional buses that go to Hatch, Anthony, Alamogordo, and El Paso. So if you do need to go to the airport, we do have buses that can transport you to the airport, or if you do want to hit up that Lowe's grocery store, there is public transportation to Alamogordo. As far as the DMV, we do have MVD, DMVs. We have them both. One's like the generic, one's not the generic, one's faster, one's not. Anyways, New Mexico does provide the Real ID, which you need for traveling on domestic flights these days. So you have to have it. Like, it is mandatory now. It was like in the works for years, and this summer it became mandatory. So you cannot fly without a Real ID. It has like a little star on your license. That is what you need. We do provide that. I guess the paperwork you need is a birth certificate or passport, social security card, W-2s, proof of New Mexico residency to get that. So if you do move here, you can go to the DMV and get yourself a new driver's license and then register your car and insurance for New Mexico. And I've had people ask, is the registration expensive? And no, not even at all. Like, our truck, Ford F-250 truck, it cost $122 for a 2-year renewal. I think that's pretty darn good. Banking. Where do y'all bank here in Las Cruces? Well, I will tell you, Citizens Bank is like everybody's local favorite. It is like the Cheers bar, everybody knows your name type thing. We all love Citizens Bank. The people are nice. The banking is really friendly. We love it. Also, some other local favorites, Pioneer Bank, First American Bank. There's New Sunday Credit Union. So there's a lot of great local banks. I just love Citizens because they give back to the community so much. They sponsor so many sports activities, so many things for the kids, so many just different sponsorships for everybody in the community. They are a great bank and they do awesome lending as well. Healthcare. We do have 3 main hospitals here in Las Cruces. We have Memorial Medical, which is the oldest hospital. Then we have Mountain View Medical, which is the newer one. And then we have a all physicians owned hospital, which is 3 Crosses Regional. And there are tons of different urgent cares and clinics throughout. But if you need like crazy specialty care, then people go to El Paso, or they also go to the Mayo Clinic in Scottsdale. If there is a crazy medical emergency, you might get air vec'd out to El Paso or to Albuquerque. Albuquerque has like a whole children's medical center, which is awesome. They also have the Ronald McDonald House up in Albuquerque. So those are options depending on what your needs are. But we do have 3 medical facilities here. I would just look up to see if you do have health conditions and health issues. I would look it up beforehand to see if it is worth it moving here based off of your medical needs, because we don't have everything, unfortunately. But we need more doctors. So if you are a doctor, you should look into it, because I do know that moving to New Mexico, I don't know if all places in New Mexico, but I do know if you are a doctor and you have student loans, if you move to a more rural area like New Mexico, you can get all of your student loans paid for. Okay, fitness and recreation. Talking about doctors, let's work on our health. I love the gym. My husband's a big gym junkie, and so let's talk good gyms and good fitness. 310 Fitness is where I go. It is super cool because it is like the YMCA of gyms, but like better. So they have the pool, they have freaking awesome machines that they are putting in new machines every single day. They have a ton of squat racks for all of my squatters out there that loves legs, and the gyms don't ever have enough squat racks. They have enough squat racks. Go team, go. They also have salt saunas, steam room, cold plunge, cryo bed, like these cryo lounger things, water massage tables, fitness and cycling classes, childcare, tanning, basketball court, and they are building a pickleball court. They have everything that you need. It's pretty cool. There's also Bionic Gym. They have like the really cool weightlifting equipment. There's a lot of meathead type people that go there, like all the people that do the fitness competitions. A lot of people go there for that. Their ads have a lot of like sexy girls in them, so I don't know, maybe that's the right place for you. Crunch has really good equipment and good fitness classes. They have showers and things like that. And you could bring a buddy for free if you get the like more expensive membership. So there's that. And then there's a lot of different boutique gyms, yoga studios, CrossFit gyms, places like that in town. But those are kind of like the 3 main big gyms in town. And of course, we have tons of hiking, tons of trails, all the free things that you can do without having a gym membership. All you have to do is go outside and find a trail and you can walk and it'll be great. Okay, let's talk a little bit about Las Cruces lifestyle and safety issues in Las Cruces. Just so you know, when you get here, red or green chili is on everything. Obviously, you can get things without it, but when you go to a restaurant, you're gonna be asked, do you want red or green chili? Or they're just gonna say red or green. Most people that come here that are not familiar with that question have no clue what the waiter and waitresses are talking about. Just so you know, that is in reference to our famous Hatch green chili. We love it and we put it on everything. You can even get it on ice cream and in wine, like wine infused green chili. I don't love that, but on your breakfast, like if you put some green chili on your breakfast, so good. If you put some egg on your green chili enchilada, like Green chili is so good. Red chili is so good. It's delicious, but maybe you don't like it. I don't know, but it's on everything. Even our burgers. We just love green chili. So just be prepared for red or green. If you want like some fun things to do while you are here and to kind of incorporate the full Las Cruces vibe, you can go downtown to the farmers market. There's a lot of cool local shops that are downtown, local history. We have, I think, the coolest bookstore ever. It's called Coas Books. It is multi-story. There's all the used books people have, like they can go and you can buy used books. It's just a really cool vibe bookstore downtown. And then of course our infamous farmers market that is on Saturdays and Wednesdays. They block off Main Street and you can go shopping for all of the local stuff down there. Anyways, just a super fun time and area. There's murals on the wall. There's different coffee shops, restaurants in Mesilla and in downtown. So totally worth going. And then of course, once again, we love our hikes. We love our nature. Go to Dripping Springs and experience what Las Cruces does best, and it is nature. Now let's talk a little bit about safety here in Las Cruces. Crime has risen. I feel like everywhere in the United States, there's not one place where it's like, hey, look at us, crime has gone down. I feel like everywhere crime has gone up. Unfortunately, Las Cruces is not out of that mix and crime has gone up here. We have a lot of petty crime here in Las Cruces. If you come, you need to lock your doors to your vehicles. Don't just park, roll up your windows, lock your doors. Petty theft like auto burglary or stealing your whole damn car and driving it off to Mexico is a huge possibility. So if you're traveling here, don't leave stuff in the back of your truck. I had a client that came here, their truck was loaded in the back, and then they had their U-Haul. They were planning on staying in a hotel for a couple days until we closed. And we were like, absolutely not. The stuff in the back of your truck will be gone within an hour. Like, do not do that. And especially kind of the area of town that they were staying at, we're like, please don't do that. They actually parked their truck in our backyard behind a gate, so that way the stuff didn't get stolen. So just keep in mind that that is definitely a possibility. If you have valuables that are in your vehicle, they will, more than likely your vehicle will get broken into and stolen. It sucks. It used to not be like that, but here we are. It is what it is. And I think you need to know, especially if you're visiting or moving here, that that is a possibility. So don't just think like it's a small town, like nothing will get stolen. It will, and we're so close to Mexico that your car can be in Mexico within the hour. You can't go get it then. So it makes it much more difficult. We also have increase in homelessness, which totally sucks. They used to very much be concentrated in what we call Tent City, which is off of Picacho. And if you drive on West Picacho, like you'll see the druggies, you'll see the tweakers, you'll see all the homeless walking up and down. Like you definitely notice it. And then you'll see, if you keep driving, like you'll see the tents, so you'll see all of that stuff. There is also like this cool, I guess, road trip monument thing to see, like this big, huge red chili to take pictures in front of, which is fine for like a quick picture, but it is like in the heart of Tent City, the drugs, the homelessness. So if you do have kids and you're wanting to take a photo, I'd be in and out of that place. Me personally, I'd be in and out. But I've lived here and I've never had my kids or us take a picture there because of the crime in the area. So just keep that in mind. I saw somebody do a video that was visiting here and they were like, yeah, we were so excited to take some pictures next to this big red chili, like it's a massive, huge red chili. And then they were like, God, like it was pretty sketch. Nobody told us about that. So I'm telling you now, the area is sketch. If you stay in hotels in West Picacho area, because West Picacho, there's an exit off of the highway where you can stay in that area, kind of that area of town. There was a lot of homelessness. There was a lot of crime. There was a lot of drugs. Be mindful when you're staying and booking hotels as well. I've had people stay in hotels right off of the highway on that side of town, and they're like, oh my God, we were stressing all night. We were checking our vehicles all night. And then they ended up moving hotels because they just could not settle. while they were here. Some good places to stay up on the northeast side of town. There's several hotels off of Telshore, close to like Sam's Club, like that area. Those are great on the east side of University. So if you do need recommendations for hotels, hit me up. I'm happy to help with that as well. I know that's not a pretty thing to talk about, but that's the reality, and I don't want y'all to get your stuff broken into, and I don't want you guys to have a bad flavor in your mouth about Las Cruces because nobody warned you and nobody told you the truth. So again, no gatekeeping on this video. We're talking the truth. Whether it pisses people off or not, it is what it is. Us locals, we do not love it. We're not happy about it either, but that's, I guess, the life that we live at this point. Driving, y'all. We don't get rain very often, and we don't get snow very often. When it rains or snows or we have any sort of weather more than wind, we don't know how to drive in it. It's just the reality. Don't judge us for it. We are not used to rain, right? So what happens, because all of you people from like the East Coast, from the North, whatever, that gets like tons of rain, y'all make fun of us because we don't know how to drive in the rain, and that's fine. That's fine. Y'all got your little jokes and we know about it. However, when you start driving here and it does rain, you will understand why. Or when it does get super cold and there's snow on the ground, you will understand why we slow down and we drive like little grannies on the road. When it rains, we have like, it's so dry here always. And then the vehicles drive on the road. There's oil that's coming out of the cars, right? Like there's just oil that drips. It sits on the road, it's not bothered until it rains, but then when water and oil mix, it like just creates this little barrier, and it's very dangerous to drive on our roads because our roads get kind of slippery. Also, we're just not used to it because we're not used to something affecting our vision while we drive. So just keep that in mind. You can hate us, you can honk at us, but it's fine. We were gonna keep driving cautiously because we just don't know how to drive. And we see all the accidents that happen during rainstorms, and so we just don't want to get into it, so we are going to slow down. Also, when it snows or when it gets really cold, black ice is totally a thing, and we are not equipped to deal with that. We're not equipped to deal with snow. Like, we don't have snow plows here. We don't have the, the salts or whatever y'all put. Like, we don't even own snow shovels. Like, it's just not a thing here, so we don't know how to drive in the snow either. So just be patient with us. Once you become a local, you will understand and you'll be like, okay, I get it. The locals are not that crazy. We're gonna simmer down, we're gonna understand it. So just be prepared. You might get frustrated with us during rain and snowstorms because we just don't know how to drive in it. And we are all very scared and our knuckles are very white when we drive. It's the reality of it. So beyond the first month, like if you're here and you've gotten settled and everything, maybe you want to explore a little bit more than just the simple hiking trails, I highly encourage you guys to go to White Sands National Park. That's what it is. It used to be a monument, now it's a park, because somebody corrected me on YouTube. Thank you. White Sands. See, I grew up here and we called it White Sands National Monument forever, but now it's no longer a monument, it's actual national park, which is cool. Anyways, I would highly encourage you to go to that, get some saucers, make sure you bring some sunscreen, make sure you bring lots of water, make sure you bring some snacks, and make sure you bring some towels to like wipe off all the sand, maybe a change of clothes because you're gonna be sandy. Don't even clean your vehicle beforehand, just wash it when you get back. Vacuum in when you get back because you're gonna have a ton of sand because there's no water to rinse off at. There's just beautiful, gorgeous white sand, but you will get burnt. So make sure you bring some sunscreen, but it is the most majestic, out of this earth thing to visit. And so if that is not your very first day trip out of Las Cruces, I don't know what to tell you. That should very much be it. So once you get settled, definitely do that. You can also go to the Gila National Forest. You can go to Lincoln National Forest, like head up to Cloudcroft, head up to Ruidoso, head over to Carlsbad Cavern. All great day trips for you to do once you get settled in and you're looking for things to do kind of outside. And of course, camping is always awesome to do. Just be mindful of hunting season. If you do go camping kind of in the early fall, like hunting season is about to start here, I think next week, like mid-September. So just be mindful of that. If you are hunting or if you are camping, there's gonna be hunters out there. So also some weather related info for you to know. Summertime, we do get over 100 degrees, so just be very, very mindful of that. Make sure you bring your water when you go places. Make sure you stay hydrated. Make sure you go in the shade to cool down a little bit, and make sure you wear your sunscreen. Also be prepared because it's dry. Be prepared for bloody noses when you get here. Most people that come from more moisture and more humid climates, they get bloody noses when they get here. Their skin starts drying up. They need all the lotion. They need all the chapstick. Just come prepared because we don't have moisture in our air. We have a very dry climate. We are all used to it that live here, but you guys may not be used to it. So just full warning, I don't think it matters what time of year. Actually, the summertime, like July, it's our monsoon season and it's like the rainiest time of year. But still, it's dry climate. And it does get over 100 degrees in the summer. Winters are very mild. I feel like we do get below freezing. We do get snow every once in a while, but the snow hits the ground. And then by noon, when the sun is out, it's melted. Only on one occasion that I can remember, we had like 6 inches of snow and it stayed for a couple weeks and it was like the coolest thing ever, but that does not happen very often. And I was terrified to drive the entire time. And I just talked about monsoon season, but monsoon season, we get rain. Like this July was the wildest, wettest July we have ever experienced, I think. And so July is our rainy month. The spring is our crazy windy months, and so just be prepared. If you do come in the spring, it's beautiful. The weather is perfect. All the things are blooming, but it is windy. If you come in the summer, it is great weather. It's hot, but then it's rainy, which I think is kind of cool because it cools things down a little bit. And then in the late summer, everything blooms again because of all the rain. Everything blooms again, and it's a gorgeous time to come as well. So just to keep all that in mind. Well, I hope this was helpful. I want to be the first to welcome you to Las Cruces. And Las Cruces, there's a lot of good and a lot of bad. I mean, I guess it really all just depends on what works for you and the whole reason of why you're moving here or visiting here. So I hope this information was truly helpful, and you're not surprised when you get here because it's the truth. It's all the things that the locals know about that don't tell you guys until you actually get here. So I hope you found this super helpful, and I hope when you do get here, like you enjoy our laid back, dry climate, green chili on everything vibe. It is truly a magical place to come. And if you do come here, just one insider information that I did not touch on: make sure you get up a little bit early to enjoy the sunrises. They are spectacular. And if you don't, make sure you stay out and go outside before that sunrise or before the sun set. We have the most spectacular sunsets on earth. It's totally worth it. So make sure you're outside during one of those or both to experience both, because they both look truly magical. And I feel like it's like an experience like no other. So if this helped you, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, hit that little bell to remind you when I do post my next videos. And as promised, I do have a freebie for you if you're looking to relocate here and want to know all the locals' favorites as far as restaurants, hikes, places to visit, free trips, free things to do, breweries, wineries, the list of all of it. I got you. Click on the link in the comments and you can sign up, and I will send you the free guide to Las Cruces. I hope you guys have a great day. Now I want to hear from you. What questions do you still have about Las Cruces? Please drop them in the comments below so I can make sure to answer them on my next video. Kacie in the LC out.